Yes, welcome back. It's been a while, been a month or so, a lot to get through, a lot to cover. Let's just get straight into it and waste no time. Make sure you hit the like button, helps other City fans find the channel. Subscribe if you're new around here, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So yeah, my last video was this one. It was talking about bidding for Matheus Nunes and Eze, which turned out to be false. We signed Doku. This was during the transfer window, so it's been a while. A little bit of illness, but just recovered from it really. The last couple of weeks or so, and then there was the international break, was a bore fest. But yeah. We've signed Nunes, we've signed Doku, who we'll get on to soon enough. We've got to chat about him, proper winger. But yeah, what's been going on in the life of Man City? We've had, last game I covered was the Newcastle 1-0. We've had a Sheffield 2-1. We've had a Fulham 5-1. We've had West Ham 3-1. And just the other day, yesterday or 2 days ago, it was... Yeah, and just the other day, another 3-1 against Red Bull Salzburg. We've had everything thrown in between. We've had two Haaland stinkers the last 2 games, but he's still scored 5 goals in the last 4 games anyway. We've got Julian Alvarez coming to the fore like the KDB replacement. Julian Alvarez is literally just taking over the team now. He's the main guy in the team. Pep said himself he's undroppable. Jeremy Doku is, becoming a main guy as well. I'm feeling something about him. Jeremy Doku's got me on my feet every game now, every minute. Yeah, we'll get on to him, but yeah, loads to get through. We start off with that Sheffield United game. Pain, bit of a pain. Haaland gets a goal. They equalise, and wasn't fun because it was a kind of late equaliser, but 3 minutes later, Rodri doing what he does just recently, the last couple of months, the last year. He's the best player in the world. He should have got... Oh, also a UEFA Men's Player of the Year for Erling Haaland in the meantime since the last video. There's been a lot going on. But yeah, Rodri, he's just the best in the world. He scored the winner against Sheffield United. He also scored the winner, or he scored a very good goal against Red Bull Salzburg. Keep getting the name mixed up because it's beginning with a C or curved or something, but it's Red Bull Salzburg. Scored a lovely goal against them. He just runs the show nowadays. Rodri, best player in the world, like I said. We've had a couple of injuries as well. My favourite player from the start of the season, Mateo Kovacic, has been injured, but that's given a chance for Matheus Nunes to come in, which I was impressed with. Impressed with his performance against Red Bull Salzburg. Slotted in seamlessly. Little bits here and there, but that's just getting used to the team, a bit sloppiness. But yeah, I liked it. I think it was only 3 misplaced passes, but I like the way he can burst past players. He stood his man up one-on-one before and just went straight past him, which I like to say from a midfielder, especially when Kev's out of the team. He's our drive in midfield. So yeah, Sheffield United 2-1 against Sheffield United. That was that game. Haaland did score that game. He also scored a hat-trick the next game against Fulham, bagging them left and right. 5-1 easy game at home. That's usually how it is. Next game was West Ham versus City. Usually I like playing at West Ham Stadium because it's nice and big. You can stretch the pitch. We usually do very well there. That's why I like it as well. But they went ahead. James Ward-Prowse is having a decent season. Good signing from West Ham. Arguably they've got better since Declan Rice has left because they've reinvested his money really well. But yeah, West Ham came across as a tricky opponent. So yeah, they went 1-0 up, and I don't know, I think Jeremy Doku was on the right hand side for a lot of that game, but as soon as he moved to the left, it just seemed so much more dangerous. A minute into the first half, I'm pretty sure it was. Dribble into the box, slots it into the bottom right hand corner. Oh! Jeremy Doku, he's just... This is where it started, actually, to be fair. It was his first appearance. He knocked it by his man and running. He's the timeline in a chokehold at the moment. Just though we've been missing this sort of dribbler for a long time. But yeah, great goal from Doku. Hit him with a gritty as well. We have Rodri out here doing the gritty. He's no way, shape or form should he be doing it. But Jeremy Doku bringing a bit of fun to, I would say the Etihad, but this was London Stadium. Bringing a bit of fun back into this Man City team. We're done with wingfielders now. We've got fast pace. We got a fast pacey winger who has a bit of trickery as well. He had a great game against Red Bull Salzburg, but we talked about the West Ham game. West Ham, he just brings so much impetus to the team. Driving, he'll always usually attempts to beat his man, but he's not always doing it. There's some bits of play now that you think, oh, Pep's kind of switching his brain here. Just he doesn't do it all the time. He does pass back some of the time, but he takes his man on the amount that I want to see anyway. Just I'd be screaming at the telly, knock and run, knock and run. Yeah, Jeremy Doku, he could be currently my favourite player outside Rodri. Rodri's just best player in the world. Rodri, boom, that's him. And then Jeremy Doku just up front, he's just so much fun and I love him for it. He's going to be my favourite signing of the season. Oh, I don't know. Because we got Kovacic as well. I think we just did really well in the transfer window getting those two. And then Bernardo Silva also got on the score sheet with a nice little flick. Julian Alvarez had a great game as well. 2 assists, I think, for him. Yeah, Bernardo Silva with a nice goal. And then Erling Haaland with actually a nice finish in the end. But this was one of his stinkers. He should have scored about 4 or 5. Normal Haaland scores about 4 or 5 in this game. And then he's be setting records left and right. He probably did anyway. But Erling Haaland, a little bit of a stinker. This is the kind of one of the games where he just missed loads of chances. He's within the last 2 games, he's missed loads. So West Ham, he did score in the end. But right before that, I was like, just take him off. You have to kind of show him there's consequences to these missed chances. But hey, what do I know? He scored anyway. But maybe did it cover a bit of the cracks in his performance? Who knows? But yeah, that's Man City 3, West Ham 1. Kind of giving us a little more of a sprinkle of what Jeremy Doku can do. And boy, was it on full show in the game just gone. The Red Bull Salzburg in the Champions League. Defending champions are back. Can't believe we can say that now. We're the defending champions of the Champions League. That's mad. The amount of years we've been trying to do it, we've finally done it. Yeah. Yeah. We've won the Champions League with the defending champions. They also scored first, like in the West Ham game. Is this a bit of a... Hopefully it doesn't become a bit of a recurrence that we seem to just concede before kicking into gear. Hopefully we cut that out next game. Yeah, they scored first, like I said. Yeah, to be fair, during the first half, I was like, it'd be hilarious if they did actually score. And then what do? They did go ahead and do it. No offside, very clearly on. Great finish, to be fair. But then, as soon as Jeremy Doku comes on for Silva in the first half, boom, beats his man straight away. It's what you want to see. The guy's addicted to dribbling. I'm glad. I'm an addict as well. I'm addicted to Doku. Keep on dribbling, keep on performing. It just brings that impetus because he doesn't really lose the ball either in these dribbles. Yes, he lost the ball against West Ham and that's why we conceded. But he got it back with his goal and it was just a bit of a loose touch. There was a lot to go, but yeah, you can't maybe blame... No, you can't. No, I'm not blaming it on him. He redeemed himself and he brought us back into the game and which kind of set the goals flowing too. But yeah, that's the West Ham game. Yeah, Red Bull Salzburg, he had a good game as well. A lot of impetus like I said. But he created a good few chances here and there. He has some nice bits of on-the-ball quality as well, especially his switch of play in the second half. He kind of held a couple of players off, cut inside like when he was going back, and just, without looking, I'm pretty sure, just switched it. I was like, yeah, fair play. I was impressed. You don't really see that from some of our players. I think Kyle Walker is the only one who can really switch it. But it's underutilised, just playing it blind, switching across the pitch, because they're more likely the other winger will be there to get it. But yeah, that was nice from him. Played nice, couple of balls to Nathan Ake to note, who almost chipped it in for someone to score. He had a nice link-up play with Matheus Nunes, which is nice to see. The 2 signings getting on well, linking up. So Jeremy Doku, I'm really excited by him. I hope he starts the next game. I hope he starts every game because I'm just in love with the guy. He's brought my love for, well, not football, but just that dribbler in me, just going by players. He gets you up. It gets you off the edge of your seat. Not on the edge of your seat. It gets you up off your seat is what it does. But yeah, that's Jeremy Doku. Haaland with the kind of second stinky performance in a row, finishing wise anyway. Missed loads of chances. Could have had about 4 or 5 again today. Normal Haaland scores 4 or 5, like I said, just like the West Ham game. He scores at least 6 in the last 2 games if it's Erling Haaland, like we know. But yeah, actually very nice assist for Julian Alvarez, who is kind of reveling in this role where all the defenders just are scared by Haaland and are just so focused on him that Julian Alvarez just cleans up in that pocket in behind, which may be a tactic that we're going to use going forward. Just Haaland is the attractor, which I hope doesn't happen because then that might detract from his game or like viewing wise anyway, it may come across like he's not doing much, but he's kind of doing a Jack Grealish role where he's attracting players for others to create havoc with the space he's then created. Just like one of Alvarez's shots, Haaland made that Suarez-like run to just attract defenders for Julian Alvarez to get shot off. Didn't go in, but you know what I mean. That's just the kind of advantage that he brings. Just he just creates such a space because he's such a problem, because defenders are so fearful of him. They always get attracted to him, which leaves space for Alvarez, who had a great game, a 10 out of 10 on one of the rating apps. I don't know which one it was, but great first goal. Yeah, really good first goal. Ali McCoy's loved this goal. It's just the touch around the keeper, and the way he just had to hit it instantly. Not a lot of power on the shot, very little power to be honest, but he had to hit it. If he takes another touch, the angle is closing down rapidly, and he probably doesn't make it in. But Haaland with an eyes cutting in to shoot, and then just kind of a fake shot, just slide the ball in for Julian Alvarez to score. Second one could have been going in. It would have probably bounced in maybe the bottom corner, but keeper howler from him. Julian Alvarez, 2 goals for him. Yeah, great performance, like I said. And of course, Rodri just had to top it off with such a cool finish, man. Such a cool finish. Just imperious. The guy is imperious. That is a perfect word for him. Imperious. He's given me shades of Yaya Toure, like just the way he can just dominate people on the ball. He's becoming more of a dribbler now. He's taken up that more attacking role. You can see when either Kovacic or Matheus Nunes in this case drop deep, or just drop deep. Rodri was running the channels. Even Nathan Ake played a ball to him in one of the channels, and he just kept on driving. He's developing his attacking game incredibly well, and I really like it because we need him to step up in the absence of KDB. No Gundogan, no Mahrez. I've said previously before that those were like the cohort of big game players that would bag for us. Rodri was part of that cohort, but he's the only one playing at the moment, so I'm glad he's stepping up in responsibility as well. He's in the captain group too. Yeah, loving Rodri at the moment, loving him for the last couple of year or so. He's been elite, the best defensive midfielder in the world, the best player in the world. If he'd get my vote for Balon d'Or, that's what I'm saying. He's that good, best in the world. But yeah, slotting at home to make it 3-1. Decent game, fun game against Red Bull Salzburg to kick off our Champions League. Defending our Champions League. Hopefully we go back to back. Other teams ain't looking too great. PSG, dunno. Real Madrid, a Benzema-less Real Madrid, and a Vinicius-less Madrid for now anyway, and Courtois-less. But yeah, Bayern Munich conceded 3 to Man United at home. I don't know about them. So it could be there for the taking again. Going back to back in the Champions League. 4 beating the Premier League. That's 5 wins in a row in the Premier League now. 5 out of 5. Top of the table. Like we deserve to be. Like we always are. Let's just see if we end up there. Who do you think? Will we get many challengers this year? I think it will be Arsenal. And I think Liverpool will actually challenge. I think they'll just scrape a load of wins for now. And then eventually they'll click. I just have a sneaky feeling about it. But yeah. Next game. Nottingham Forest at home. Should we expect rotations? We don't really have the players to be rotating. Couple of people. Well, Jack Grealish is back in training. Kovacic is due to come back maybe next week or midweek. John Stone's pretty similar, a week as well. Then Kevin De Bruyne's out. But Silva actually could be out of the next couple of games. But Jack Grealish is back in training. Does he come straight back into the team? I'm not too sure. He might actually play against Newcastle. That might give him a bit more rest time. Might play against Newcastle. I'm just playing Jeremy Doku on the left wing. Just keep running him. He's doing really well. The sooner he beds in and fits into the team, the better. Or the sooner he does it, the better. So just keep playing him, keep bedding him in, and yeah, might as well. We don't have anyone to swap him in for anyway. Foden on the other wing, he kind of needs to pick it up a little bit. I seen someone say Julian Alvarez is having the season he's supposed to be having, which kind of might be true. He didn't have a great game against Red Bull, I don't think. Hopefully put him on the right wing, but he's coming in off that right wing a lot to compensate for what Kyle Walker bombing down the right. I don't know. I'd like to see him in the 10 at some stage in Julian Alvarez's position, see what he can do there. because that's where he's going to end up, or he should end up. And now KDB's injured, he should get minutes there, but he's not because of Alvarez. But Alvarez is out putting, so it doesn't matter anyway. Oh yeah, so many choices for that. Well, just the two of them really, just Julian Alvarez or Phil Foden. But I think Phil Foden will play on the right. Julian Alvarez again behind Haaland. Doku on the left. I pray and hope. Doku ball. This is a Doku fan account now. Jeremy Doku, my guy. Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on you for this season. You're going to bring me my fun and entertainment. That's for sure. I'm banking on it. Then Rodri's obviously playing. Who else? Matheus Nunes might get his second start in a row. He's ahead of Calvin Phillips in the pecking order now. Changes at the back. You will probably see Gvardiol come in for maybe Kyle Walker or Ruben Dias has played a lot of the last couple of games, so one of those might drop out, and Akanji probably come back. Probably Akanji and Gvardiol will start this game. I'm expecting it. I don't think Ruben Dias drops out. I think Akanji might play instead of Walker, Gvardiol instead of Ake, and obviously Ederson in goal. What am I going to go with? I've just basically packed all the last couple of games and the Nottingham Forest game into this video, but I'm going to go. Well, the last two games have been 3-1. It's at the Etihad. I'm going to go 3-1 again, Man City. Might as well. Will Nottingham Forest go ahead though first? Who knows? Nottingham Forest have a good striker up top, so they may score first in Awaniyi. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, he's decent. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think, just got a goal at the weekend, or he played at the weekend. Anthony Elanga. So there's a little bit up top there. The striker is good anyway, I'm pretty sure. So they may score, but we should win in the end. I'm hoping for another Jeremy Doku goal or assist. And Erling Haaland brace, actually. Erling Haaland a hat-trick and Jeremy Doku assist, and I'll be happy. At least a brace for Haaland. Then I can sleep well. But yeah, loads to pack down there. Hopefully I get back more into the schedule going forward. Now the games are coming thick and fast. There'll be a couple of videos a week, hopefully. There's a couple of games a week. We're back into the heavy schedule already. But yeah, that's my breakdown of Man City's last couple of results. A couple of Haaland stinkers. Julian Alvarez coming to the fore. And my guy, Jeremy Doku, pasting his name, hitting the Premier League like a storm. He's even getting a little bit of PR from the big football pages on Twitter. So that's nice to see. Jeremy Doku, 2023-24. This is your season. Young Player of the Year. I'm calling it now. Jeremy Doku, because he's only at 21. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the last couple of games for Man City and the thoughts on Nottingham Forest coming up. Let me know yours in the comments below. Are you worried about Haaland's blip in form, goal scoring wise? And how excited are you for Jeremy Doku? Are you as excited as I am? Because I am definitely excited for that guy. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the like button, like I said, it helps other City fans find the channel, and subscribe if you are new. And yeah, I shall see you next time. Peace.